Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel, Beauty on a Budget. My name is Heather and today is Friday, April 18th of 2025. So I'm up here in the spare bedroom. I just want to get this room kind of cleared out and organized. Just gonna try to see what I'm working with here. My daughter was doing her room, and so she was tripping over things. And so she brought some of her stuff from her room into this room to sort. Like there's all her laundry she was gonna go through. She got more laundry here. She said she just got to go through and see, what she's gonna wear, what doesn't fit, that type of stuff. Everything which is kind of packed. This is a pile of clothing that I still have to deal with from downstairs. Also under here is also all my exercise equipment, and then there's blankets piled up, and there's like a big stuffy duck, and there's this large bear here. When you get a couple of these big teddy bear items, they seem to take up a lot of room. There's the curtains. I'm gonna actually throw those ones in the dryer today. I'm gonna use them downstairs in the living room. Just because the ones I've got right now, I can't seem to open or close them. I actually need, 6 panels across, just how wide it is. And I've only got the 4 panels. So I'm gonna, do that. The curtain is still not up in this room yet either, just because we couldn't get to the window yet. I've got those 2 bags there are just pillows and some more bedding that I gotta go through and see. Some of it is my kids' stuff, and I got to see if they want them or the donations. There's just our lamps. I have no idea where to store them at the moment. So they just kind of get moved around. Oh, I just stepped on something that hurt. So the lamps just kind of get moved around as I needed to get them out of my way. That's my daughter's books there, the rocking chair. The ottoman for the rocking chair is in here as well. Then we've got, all 4 of my kids were in band, so we've got the music stands. These boxes here is some of my hair accessories and other, bathroom items that just don't fit downstairs. So I was going to put them up here in this closet, which I haven't even gotten to. So then I got this here is a shoe rack and a clothing rack. It needs to be repaired. And I will be taking that downstairs because I actually need that for my clothes downstairs. And then we have the 4-panel privacy screen. And then just some more of my items. And then I've got this stuff all here in the closet that I'm going to actually start with today. I'm going to take this stuff out. So I've got some boxes in there that I want to go through today. I want to set up my kitchen table for spring, and I've got some nice dishes in there that I would love to have out on display. So that is what I'm going to start with first, is just to kind of move some of this stuff over. I'm going to start with these music stands because I keep tripping over the legs. And daughter's bedding. So these are the curtains. I'm going to take those downstairs and throw them in the dryer on the steam setting. See, and then this is the curtain rod for up here. And all the little extra ends for the curtains. So I'm going to get into the closet. I'm going to bring, I think there's 3 or 4 boxes. I'm going to take those downstairs and start with those first. So I'll be back when I get those boxes downstairs. So it looks a little bit worse, but I will just say I got everything. Sorry, still getting over a cold. Yeah, so I got everything out of the closet now. The only thing hanging up is my daughter's grad dress. Her grad is coming up in a month. So that's the only thing that's left in there. These are all just like poster boards, my whiteboard, cork boards, things like that. And then I did find a couple of my floral arrangements, and I got a pedestal, this basket with more florals in it, and I found this floral lamp and 2 more lamps tucked in the closet. So I will be, dealing with this stuff later. Right now, I'm just going to take the 4 boxes and the bag of curtains down to the living room and start going through those. Alright, so I kind of went through the boxes. So this box here is just canning jars, so I'm not touching that. This box here looks like it is florals and candles. This one here, if I just move the tablecloths or table runners or stuff like that. This was everything from my china cabinet. So I've got napkin rings, these wax melts, napkin holders, just different things like tablecloths, more candles, whatever type of stuff I had in the drawers in my china cabinet. And this drawer, I was using placemats and napkins and things to wrap my glassware when we were moving. But yeah, so I've got napkins. So this was obviously from my china cabinet as well. Oops. What is that? Oh. We threw this one out because it stopped working, and there's the instruction booklet and the remote for it. Okay. So I got like napkins. Lots of napkins. Oops. And then this is the dish set I have. It's a set of 4, and they are nice, like a pink. And I love the little poppies or some type of flower. I believe they're poppies on here. So I was going to find that and use that on my kitchen table. Oh, there's more. I couldn't find my Easter napkin, so I recently bought a new pack the other day. But that's fine. It's always hard to know where things are. This is just some decor stuff in here. So I'm just going to take everything out of these boxes, well, these 3 boxes, and decide if it is stuff I'm keeping or I'm going to sell at my garage sale, or can I just donate? Because there's some stuff that I just, if it's not going to sell at my garage sale, I'll just stick it on my driveway and just, whoever wants it can come pick it up. It saves me time from, having to sell little items at the garage sale. So I'm just going to, like I said, I'll take everything out of these 3 boxes, bring it all out onto the floor, and then I will be back. Right, so I've emptied those 3 boxes, and here is the glass dishes I found in them. So I have my set of 6 of my sushi bento plates. I have the set of 4 of these. I've got the dinner plates, the small plates, and cups. I should have bowls. I haven't come across the bowls yet. And then there was also 4 of these clear dishes. And then I also found 2 Christmas plates. So I just set them here. I will get them washed soon. Like I said, I found this. Mine had broke, but this is a brand new remote, not been used. So I'm going to put this on Kijiji for free. If anybody, has this particular Micro Mist tower or anything that goes with these. I don't think it's going to work with, I don't really have any of these right now. Actually, it might work with the one my daughter has because it was the same company. So I will test that out. If it doesn't work, then I will put this on Kijiji and somebody can just have it. And then that's the stack of paper napkins. So I'm going to put them in a Ziploc bag. They should have been in one. I don't know why they weren't. That's just some Easter table runners and placemats and some cleaning cloths that I washed last night. And I just didn't get a chance to put them away yet. So they're just sitting on my table there. But this is what I found. Oh, right. These also. So I found a new one of the plastic tablecloths, my Christmas napkins, my fall placemats, fall tablecloth, and this larger table runner. This one I actually use on my china cabinet because it actually fits right across really good. So I'm going to take these downstairs and just I'm going to set them on my dryer for now, but I will get these washed. I've got more these to do, and I will say, like, I will have to double check because some of them I have to soak, because this one, you know, we moved and so something spilt on here. So thus I will, you know, try to clean that if I can. But I've got more tablecloths and napkins and placemats and things that need to be washed. So I want to again get the drawers in my china cabinet kind of dealt with. So I'm going to be taking everything out of there today. I think this is what I'm going to start with. Is I'm slowly doing the bedroom upstairs, but I think it's now become my china cabinet. Just because the amount of stuff I had found in these 3 boxes that belong in the china cabinet. So one is I've got a pile of candles here. So this candle broke. So I will just put this, you know, broken candle. I'll see if I can fix it. Sometimes they're easy to fix. If I can't get it to fix, then I will just break it up and I will just throw it in the, I have a box downstairs that I will remelt broken candles or almost used candles and remake candles. So that might end up being put in that box. But these are some Christmas little floating candles I have. I found some these larger tea light candles and a small candle. I found this little teddy bear candle. Like I got it for 75 cents at a secondhand store. These I don't really, you know, use. I actually use these cute little shaped ones just as decor. I found this large gold glitter. I think it was from the dollar store. Then I've got all these other boxes of candles and this other pile of these candles. I've got a little snow globe, this little clear plastic nativity scene, my candle warming melts, some candle holders, and then some utensils. Lots of different types of lighters. I'll have to test them to see if they work. What's this? Oh, that's the essential oils. And then I got this huge pile here of all my napkin rings. So I will go through and make sure I have like 4 to 6 of each kind, and then just decide if I want to keep them or not, knowing that I don't have a big formal dining room, so I don't really, you know, I haven't really set my dining room or my kitchen table up, but I really like to do that seasonally with all these different ones. But I will go through those and see what I want to keep or if I want to get rid of any. I've got all of these little whatever they're called, sun catcher things. Some of these actually belong to my husband's mom, and they used to hang up in the window here in the front entrance. So I do want to get these cleaned, repaired. Like this one is missing the little thing that it clips into, unless it's this one. So does it clip into this one? If it does, then that means I found it. Yes, it does. It just needs to get fixed, but yes. And I will get all of these, you know, cleaned, and it'd be nice to hang them back up in this house. And these were some of these coasters I had made a couple of years ago. And these are my couple of these what are they, plate hangers for on the wall. I've got some plates that I want to hang up on the wall. Like I said, this box here is just canning jars, so that I'll just take down to the basement, put it in the pantry, and deal with those another day. I found these little metal plant pots, and then I just found some of these, you know, these are for, you know, ice. They need to be washed and stuck in the freezer. And then I also found the clear plastic vase fillers. I found some florals. I found a Christmas one, which surprising, I haven't even used this. It still has like price tag. I got a secondhand store, so I paid $1 for it. It was originally from like Walmart for $2.38, but you know, I got it secondhand store for $1. Then I found these little jars that I had quite a few years ago done. I was learning how to make, you know, roses out of lace. I'm going to say I don't like the way that they look. They're kind of, you know, falling apart. So I'm going to, you know, set these aside, and I'd like to redo something with these. I think they'll look cute on the floating shelf in my front entrance. I found some candle holders here. Some other little odd little things that were in the bottom of the box. I found some of these little mini clothespins. So I just stuck them in these drawers. I found some dried flowers. Some little jars and things. And then I also found, oh, see, that is one of those purple flowers that I was missing from the arrangement I made yesterday. I found this whole pile of Easter eggs and a big pile of this Easter stuffing, so I can make, you know, stick some of these Easter eggs around my house. I also found my little set of these 3 little snowmen. I found my Precious Moments nativity scene, and I set it up to make sure all the pieces were here. And then I also found my little other stable here, and I found some jewelry. So this is just a little one of my bracelets, and then these are some of my belts. I think these were from when my kids had, you know, when they were in middle school. They did like a Greek day or Aztec something, you know, grades 6 through 8, kind of. So this is just one of my nice belts. I haven't seen it for quite a few years, so it's all tangled, but I'm sure that that's what it's from, because this one here is from a costume that I have. It's just, you know, cheap plastic belt, but I know it's from like a Halloween costume quite a few years ago. So the only reason these would be kind of here together is one of my kids had used them for, like I said, it was Aztec Day or Greek, you know, Greek mythology stuff, and they had to dress up. So this type of stuff, I know where these things were. They were in one of those drawers in the other house in the great room. So like I said, it's amazing what you find when you pack up quickly and you throw things in boxes, and then you just, you know, don't get to it. So I think my next thing I'm going to do is take everything out of the 4 drawers of my china cabinet, just because a lot of this stuff is going to be going in there. Like I said today, I think that's what I'm going to end up doing today. Is my china cabinet drawers next, just so I can kind of put this stuff away. All right, so I'm just going to show you what's in the china cabinet before I pull everything out. So I have this plastic tablecloth, and then I've got my toys from the 80s, and then I've got this box here that's got some, was this the one that broke? This got broken glass. Yes, that was supposed to get thrown out. It got missed. I just set it here. Our garbage was full. So those are mine. Yeah, there's some My Little Pony. I don't know. I think I found these going through the kids' stuff, so I just stuck them. Oh, yeah. Elmer Fudd. I just threw them in here because I just need to put them somewhere. In this drawer here, it's just, you know, stickers I recently bought. I save these, and I will show you. When I was doing those other boxes, I had so many more of these. I don't know, they're supposed to prevent like moisture and bugs in your stuff, so I always save them, and I use them. If I'm doing long-term storage, I'll throw one of these in. The little silicone packs, I think that's what they are. Then I've got some of these ones that are actually like the ones you get when you buy like beef jerky and stuff. Same thing. I don't know. I just save them and I throw them in. You know, so when we were moving, every package had, or every bag, box, whatever, I would throw a couple of these in. So I'm just gonna get a Ziploc bag and put these in. I'm just to make sure that none of them are open, because that is the worst, is when they open, you get the little beads everywhere, especially when you got kids and pets. And then this drawer, same thing. I've got a couple candles. I've got some of this stuff. Some of these things I bought and they still have the stickers on, the price tags on, so I will be going through. Who's this from? Something we bought. It's from Ashley, so it's furniture we recently bought, but I'm trying to figure out what is in there. Looks like the... Oh, it's anti-tipping things. Okay. I couldn't figure out what that was. Sorry. Okay. And then this top drawer as well. I've got, you know, just a assortment of things up here that I'm just going to take all this stuff out, and it needs to be dusted. Like I said, we're still renovating, so we still got like drywall powder on everything, as my husband is, you know, working on the almost finished. So I will just gonna go and take everything out of these 4 drawers, and then I will be back. Right, so I dusted my china cabinet outside and inside of all the drawers. And then I have these decorative platters and plates and things, and I just don't know where to put them right now. So I've just put them both, or just put them back in these 2 middle drawers. All the napkins, tablecloths, things like that that I found, they will be going back in here. I found this is just the best drawer to store that stuff. But I took them all down to the basement, and I will be washing them later in this next week or so. I've got more upstairs to go through. So that leaves me with just this top drawer. Was that something moved and it scared me? Just the extension cord. I am sorry. Oh. Okay. It just... sorry, that just really scared me. We have a little squirrel in our house in the last week or so, and we're trying to get it out. And so now any little thing that moves where it shouldn't be moving, just kind of like, you know, kind of just jumpy at the moment. So just the cord for the lights for the china cabinet just kind of got caught in the drawer. So what I have is I've got the candles and my napkin rings that I have to put in this top drawer. So I don't think I can, excuse me. I don't think this stuff is all going to fit in that one drawer. I do have little baskets, so I'm going to go downstairs and measure and see if I can get the napkin rings in a little basket. Or I can even get them in a little basket and have it in the bottom drawer for now. So I'm just going to run down and check the sizes of those couple little baskets. All right, so I had these 2 baskets. They almost fit. They're just a little, excuse me, just a little too tall. But I've got this basket. So I'm going to use this basket in here. I'll just set it here, and I can put my napkin rings in here, and then I can have all my candles over here. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm just going to all my napkin rings, just organize them and get these in that top drawer, and then I will be back. Okay, so I've got everything put away. So I've got 1 box of stuff I'm going to take downstairs, because it is a mix of some crafting stuff and a few glass jars, candle holders, a couple candles, and then some Christmas decor. And then these two baskets here that I brought up that don't fit in the china cabinet, which was too bad. So these were just the decorative eggs and the florals I found. I'm going to keep them because today is Good Friday, so I do want to do some Easter decorations. And I didn't know where the Easter eggs were, so I was able to find those today. Then I just have this pack of napkins, which I will put in the china cabinet in a second. This is now almost empty. That's got to get washed. This now has to get washed because I was doing the dishes. I just clean laundry from last night. And then I've got these little toys here. So these were My Little Ponies from when I was younger. So these are like early 80s. And then I've got my little Cabbage Patch. And I have Elmer Fudd. And then these little guys, there's like Dora and Winnie the Pooh. These belong to my daughter. We were going through stuff and didn't know where to put them. So they just kind of got thrown in the china cabinet. So I will put these with the other toys downstairs. I might just stick them in the top of that box for now. And then they've got a whole sink full of dishes that I had to wash that I had found. And so I think I'm done for today. I know I said I was going to do that whole room, but I think today would be just, good start on the upstairs bedroom. Like I said, so yeah, I just have to now all this little stuff from the boxes, but like I said, very good start that I've got now 2 empty boxes, and that box there is broken glass in it, so I've got to label broken glass and throw it in the garbage. And those 2 boxes are now empty. And yeah, like I said, it's just a good start to that spare bedroom upstairs. I think I'm going to head back upstairs in a little bit and just do a few more things. So I will be, working on that spare bedroom this week. So as I just do things, I'll be back to show what I've been doing. Right, so it's been about a week since I've been up here. Like Easter weekend was last weekend, and just everything else that was happening this past week. I just never made it back up here, but I've got a couple hours today to work on this. I told my daughter that I wanted to get this all set up this week. So I told her I would be moving a few items into her room just to move out of my way. So I'm going to start with the lamps and the pedestals and the vases and things like that. I'm not going to touch her stuff. I did tell her I'd put her stuff all into a single corner. And then I have a pile of coats and things you'll have to get hung and put in the closet. So that's what I'm going to work on. So, so that is what I'm going to work on first. If I can get my voice back. And then I've got this clothing rack here. So it's got hold shoes, and it's got, it needs to be repaired. It wants to tip down. It's an A-frame little mini clothing rack. I did measure it. So it will be, length is about 26 and the width is about 16. And I did measure, and it will fit in my room. So I'm going to take this frame down to my room. This other clothing rack here, I am going to take it down to the basement. I'm going to take it apart because I don't think we need it at the moment. I mean, it's easy to build if we need it. And then I've got a couple of these boxes here that is like my personal stuff, jewelry, hair stuff, some other toiletry items. I'll be taking that down to my room for now. So that's what I'm going to work on first. So I'll be back as I get some of this stuff dealt with. Right, so this side is still pretty much the exact same, but I've only been up here about 10-15 minutes, and I will just show this side of the room just how much progress I have made. So I've got all the clothes were in a pile. They're now actually neatly hanging in the closet. Got to go through these. These are all, some of these have to be sold. Some of them donate. There's a couple items that I think, there's a couple of those jackets that were my husband's. I think they're garbage now. I don't know. I'm going to look at them, not sure if they can be, repaired or not. And then I said, I told my daughter I'd have to kind of use her room a little bit just so I'd have some space here. So I've got things just kind of in the hallway and into my daughter's room just so I have a clear space. So like I said, I'm just going to start when I enter the room. I'm just going to do like, go around the room in a circle. So I started from my left. So I'm just going to go around the room and deal with all this stuff one item at a time. My daughter's clothes, as I find them, there's a couple empty laundry baskets in here I've now found. I'm going to fold her laundry and put them in the laundry baskets for her. I found some more bedding. I'm just going to take it down, put it to the laundry room. And then I had all those lamps. I actually put them in my daughter's closet for now. And some of these pedestals and vases. I'm actually going to take the lamps, the pedestals, and the vases, and some of this other stuff into my room for tonight, just to get it out of my way. But that's a really good start. So I'm just going to continue. I've got about an hour left. It's almost 5:30, so I've got about an hour before I have to leave tonight. So I really have to kind of get this area cleared up so I can get the stuff brought from my daughter's room back in here. But my goal tonight was just if I could get this half of the room all like cleared out, and then slowly work on this stuff. Like I said, in that corner is actually a computer desk, and then it's all my daughter's stuff on this side of the room. So I'm just going to slowly go through it, kind of move things around, but that is what I'm doing. So I'll be back when I get, more of the room put together. Okay, so it's been almost an hour of working up here, and you can just see the difference already. Just an hour takes. Most of that was taking the stuff that I had just taken to my daughter's room and just taking it down to my room, just for today, tomorrow, whatever. And then in the closet here, I just put all my bins of exercise equipment in here and the 2 floor lamps in here. And I hung up all the hangers that were just loose on the floor. And it's got such a huge improvement already. So now I'm going to deal with this pile of clothing over here first. It's my daughter's clothing. I will fold it. There is a laundry basket behind the chair that she's got some laundry in. And there is another laundry basket, I thought there was, under here. But I'm just going to start by folding up her loose laundry. And then I'm just going to move her bags of laundry from this side of the room over to this side for now. So then I can get and sweep this area of the room. I've been kind of sweeping in between moving things, just as I have a big, cleared off floor, just sweeping it to get all the little dust and little bits of things off the floor. So I'm just going to finish with that pile of laundry, and then I'll be back. All right, so I've got about half an hour left before I have to leave tonight, but this room just looks so much better. I just set my daughter's clothes in her room. I'm going to bring her clothes and put them back in this corner for her to go through. But she's got to deal with everything that's on the computer desk. And then she's got some boxes over here she's got to go through. And then right here, I've got different cork boards, whiteboards. And then I've got the different school display boards, what they're called, with the 3-sided ones. And then there's the black and white foam boards. And I do have a few large canvases in there as well. Just have it sitting there. I do want to get some of the cork boards and stuff hanging up on the walls, either in this room and down in the basement, for when I'm doing my organizing for my crafting ideas. But yes, I think this room is pretty much ready. So for me to finish. Long process getting my house, all together, from moving and renovations. And so I've got this room done. So now I'm just going to bring her clothes in here. And then I'm going to do some quick measurements and bring some stuff from the basement up here, those white cubicles, bring them up here. Then I can get starting on my basement. Like I said, it's just been a long process. Like I said, I started over a week ago. So like just taking a time to get up here, time for motivations to want to clean as well. But once you start moving things around, I just find it so easy to, once you start to see results, you just want to keep working at it until the job is done. So I'm just going to move my daughter's clothes into here, and then I'm going to show you my room because a lot of this stuff is now just piled up in my room. All right, so here's my room with all this extra stuff kind of piled up here. So I've got the mirror that's broken, the lamps, and I got some vases and pedestals over there. And then this is that clothing rack. And then I got a couple boxes of my jewelry and toiletry items. And then I got a couple bags of bedding here that I have to go through because it's my kids' blankets and pillows, stuff from when they were little. So they have to go through that. But that is what my room looks like tonight. So I guess I'm done upstairs. So starting tomorrow, I will be working on the basement. So again, I just want to say thank you so much to everybody who subscribes to my channels and watches my videos, and I will see you in the next ones. Bye.